Okay, good afternoon, everyone, all the learners. So in the last class, in the last session, it was unsuccessful. So we have come to a new session. So I hope you will learn a bit more in this session apart from your regular lectures. Yeah, I find Shivangi Mishra. Yeah, Shivangi. Good afternoon. And if I am not mistaken, then you already have a query. Yes. So you asked, sir, please provide us transcript because our exam is coming soon. So when we have your transcript, it is to prepare for examination. So sir, please provide us transcript for better learning. Yes, Shivangi, actually we have got all the transcripts in NPTEL site. Okay, you will get the transcripts, but right now we have got the transcripts for only 13 lectures. Those 13 lectures you will readily get, and other transcripts also you will get very soon. Actually, there are several other departments who handle these things, and there will be a little bit coordination among all of them. So you will expect some amount of delay. Transcripts are not prepared by me, so it's not in my hand. Obviously, I will ask them to expedite the process, and you will get the transcript. And I will take up. So this is the only question I have got from Shivangi. And there are other questions. I have got question from Siddhant Sinha. I don't know whether he is here. He is asking, sir, how do we verify that our model is correct and that selected process is best economically? And well, as I said, that there is no absolutely correct model. I mean, whichever model you use, it will give some kind of approximation. So no model will match exactly the real system. So in case you choose a good model, then it will reflect the process behavior most accurately, not accurately. Okay, so there will be some difference between them. And how do you know that your chosen method is best? That nobody can tell you. If you have doubt, you have to use several of those kind of models, and you have to fit and check which one is giving you most appropriate. So you have to get some experimental data and fit your model with those experimental data and check which model is better for you. For standard models and standard systems, the property package assistance, property package is called property assistant, right? So that property assistant will tell you how you will choose, okay, how you should choose rather. But for unconventional processes, you have to match your data, you have to match your model with the experimental data and get the best result. That is the only way you can do. Then we have question from Vaishak Karuppal. He is asking, kindly include basics of dynamic simulation. Yes, we have one lecture dedicated to Aspen Dynamics. One full lecture dedicated to Aspen Dynamics. I don't know whether that lecture has already been delivered, but if I am not mistaken, it will be in the final week. There is a lecture on Aspen Dynamics, basics of dynamic simulation. Then Neha Venciani is asking, in rigorous calculations of columns, the result of shortcut calculation was used. In the shortcut calculation, distillation to feed fraction was obtained while same value was used in rigorous calculations in a distillate to feed ratio. But generally ratio is A by B and fraction is A by A plus B. Does ratio and fraction have some other meaning in Aspen that we have to use them as the same? Neha Venciani, you have not referred to any particular video where you have got it, but distillate to feed ratio D2F, it is it is rightly pointed out by you. It is A is to B, A by B rather. So if A is the distillate, then feed is B, and the ratio between A and B should be the one which you have to define. It is not A by A plus B. But feed fraction is different. Feed fraction is, suppose you have 200 kilomole per hour of benzene and 200 kilomole per hour of toluene. In that case, the fraction of benzene is 0.5, so is toluene. So that is feed fraction. So I don't actually understand your question. How in shortcut calculation, I believe you are talking about DSTW model. And in DSTW model, if I just share my screen, then probably we can do it better. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. So this is the question, Neha, you are asking about fraction, feed ratio, and so let us go to our Aspen Plus, and here you find, let us pick up the simulation mode. So if you pick up columns DSTW, and then here you do not have anything called distillate to feed ratio and anything of that sort. So I don't exactly know what you are asking. So if you clarify your question better, then I can answer you better manner. And then Vaishak Karuppal again asking, sir, reaction kinetics of SO to SO3 conversion, kinetics is user defined. Kindly explain about user defined kinetics. I think user defined kinetics has been defined in in the particular problem itself, when I was showing the video, there itself we have defined about the reaction kinetics. Basically, reaction kinetics, as you know, that you have to use this K is equal to K naught e to the power minus E by RT. So for systems, you have to define K naught, you have to define the activation energy E, and R you all know. So this reaction kinetics you may have to define for your system. So for SO2 SO3 conversion, I believe we have already discussed about the this reaction kinetics, and that we have to define those values. And if you have certain different kinetics, you have to use in that fashion. So the similar thing has been asked by, oh no, yeah, Vashishta Ayush is asking, I am working on a continuous system PBR having feed solution of sugars along with alcohol as a solvent for production of furan derivatives. Which property method is appropriate for my system? So Vashishta, I believe I have already answered your question in the last week when we couldn't carry on with the session, but I believe I have asked your question. Actually, we have to use the PRSV package. PRSV package. Actually, fructose is monosaccharide. Fructose is monosaccharides. It is from fruits. Okay. And if you have used yeah, so you are only interested in fructose, nothing else. But some other person, I think Selvaraj, in the last week he asked about other glucose also. I mean, he asked me about sucrose. So anything related to sucrose or fructose, you can use PRSV property package. And sucrose is basically it's a combination of one molecule of glucose and one molecule of fructose. So this is a disaccharide. Is a disaccharide, so it is C12H22 and O11. Okay, and glucose is monosaccharide. Fructose is also a monosaccharide. So any one of these packages you have to use PRSV property package for any simulation involving these things. Okay. Then Chirag Patil is asking, sir, how can we design catalytic reactions in Aspen? Catalytic reactions, you can actually specify the amount of catalyst. Obviously, in a catalytic reaction, your reaction kinetics will be involved. So you have to specify the reaction kinetics. Along with that, you have to specify the amount of catalyst, how many kgs of catalyst you want to use. So that part have to be mentioned. And I think I have shown you a problem where I have used the catalytic reaction. So you go through the videos properly. Okay. And so these are the response sheets. I have got some questions from response sheets. Yeah, so two more questions I have got right now from Shankar. Shankar is asking, well, Shankar, you cannot be employee and student at the same time. So what is the exam paper format? MCQ? Yes, it will be either MCQ or fill in the blanks. You have now answered all the assignments, right? So in the assignments, you have solved the assignments, so you know what kind of questions they are. So in final exam, similar kind of questions will come. So you have solved MCQ questions, you have solved fill in the blanks type question. So you can expect the same thing in uh, in uh, in final exam. The question has been set in such a manner that you do not have to open, or you do not have to open up your um, Aspen Plus. In fact, in the exam hall, there will be no provision for you to open Aspen Plus. So whatever answer you have to do, you have to uh, gather the knowledge from the video lectures only. So if you have followed the video lectures, you will be able to answer those questions. And you're also asking about what is the status of dongle of the software. Actually, it's not dongle, it is dongle. So dongle has come and it is set, and that is the reason you are able to access the software beyond 15th of September. Otherwise, by this time, the license of the software would cease. It's not that. Okay, so software is still accessible, and it will be accessible till your exam is conducted. After the exam, also, the software will not be available to you after the exam, and that's the rule. Okay. Well, so I have taken all the questions from the response sheet. Now I go to the Google, YouTube, and see what are the questions waiting for me. Rishikesh Jadhav is asking, are the questions in MCQ? Okay, let me stop the presentation. Yes. Are the questions in MCQ format similar that done in assignments? Yes, Rishikesh, it is similar to the assignments. Shraddha Shinde is asking, sir, can you explain questions format of exam? Repeatedly, I'm saying it is the MCQ and fill in the blanks, similar to the assignment. So whatever you have done in assignment, you can expect the similar kind of questions. Gauri Allah is a sir, when will we receive the hall tickets? Well, this is an administrative matter. You have to ask the NPTEL people. And Shashank, if you are here, you can answer Gauri Allah's question when they will receive the hall tickets. Oh, okay. So Shashank already has answered you. Dear Gauri Allah, hall ticket will be released around 1 week prior to the exam. We will release an announcement on the portal. Okay, great. So Gauri, you have got your answer directly. Right. So Shivangi is asking, sir, is exam paper question is similar? Okay, you have got the answer. Sujit Dant, will advanced level course available in future? Definitely, Sujit. I am planning to float some advanced level course in Aspen Plus, because in the basic course of Aspen Plus, I have taught how to use mixer, splitter, separator, exchanger, column, reactor, pressure changer. But there are other things like manipulators, solids, solid separator, batch model, and user-defined models. So those things I have not covered in this basic Aspen Plus simulation. So I do have a plan to float a advanced level course on Aspen Plus, and I don't know when that will happen, but I will get the feedback from you people, and then only I can decide upon that. Shivangi is asking, sir, which site I got the transcript? It is the NPTEL site. I think, Shashank, you please arrange to send the link in the course page so that they can get the link of Aspen Plus transcripts. And okay, Shelvaraj, if Selvaraj is here, I mean, in the last session number 2, Selvaraj asked some questions. Selvaraj, if you are here, can you please respond? Selvaraj asked about some well-defined problem with dextrose and water. So I thought I will explain it to him, but if he is not there, then there is no point. Yes, Shivangi, you have got the link. Shashank has already given you the link. Okay. So, guys, so ask questions. Okay, Shankar, question number is in lecture 21. Please explain C2 by C3 in stack splitter. Okay, then I have to open lecture number 21. Okay. Explain C2 and C3 in stack splitter. Chirag is asking, while designing heat exchanger, I am receiving the message that EDR is not installed. How to install it? EDR should have been installed along with your software. I do not know why it is showing like that. The package is complete. EDR is an integrated feature of Aspen Plus. So Chirag, I really do not know why you are getting that message. Anyway, Shankar, if you would have told me this question earlier, I could have Okay, Shashank, lecture number 21. Can you tell me the timestamp? Because the time is very limited now. I cannot just, you know, I cannot run the whole lecture and see the C2 by C3 and stack splitter, whatever you are mentioning. So if you tell me the timestamp, then I can refer to the lecture and answer your question. Meanwhile, I will take the questions from Shankar Tulapurkar. Please provide contact details of technical discussion. What do you mean by contact details for technical discussion? Whatever I am doing, that is technical discussions only, right? I mean, you can reach me anytime at through p.saha@iitg.ac.in. I have given my email address. Shraddha Shinde, yes sir, I also face same problem as mentioned by Chirag. It's a news to me, Shraddha and Chirag, that EDR is not installed. Actually, EDR is an integrated feature of Aspen Plus. So I don't know how you can get that message. Okay. It's although I am using Aspen Plus version 11, but you are using Aspen Plus version 12, but the features should be same. I mean, there might be slight differences here and there, but all the prime features will be same. Okay. Shivangi said in assignment 9, 8 question is asking that the pressure input A in figure, but block is showing Celsius units. Yeah, I mean, I have already asked, I have already answered it in the portal that that's a mistake from my side in giving, I mean, showing the arrow, you know. So anyway, if you write the temperature value, then you will get marks. I think the temperature is 40 or 45 something. I don't remember. If you write the temperature value, you will get the marks. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. It's not a pressure; it is temperature. Yeah, you are right, and many people have pointed out this mistake. Dear, okay, Shashank is writing something. If you are watching now, kindly post your query here. Okay, Shankar is saying lecture number 21 and 40 minutes. Okay, let me watch the lecture at 40 minutes. Just allow me some time for that. Yes, I remember Shankar. At lecture number 21, I talk about C2, which is a mixture of hydrogen, methane, ethane, propane, hexane, and heptane and octane. So yeah, so what is explain C2 and C3? C2 and C3, they are two different streams. having different composition. So that's exactly what I meant over there, that C2 is having this much of percentage, this much of fraction of the incoming fluid. So if it is a 20% of, if you watch the video, outlet stream, so here I have put the mole fraction of C3. Yeah, so it means the outlet stream C3, it has only hexane, heptane and octane. Hydrogen, methane, ethane and propane, they are not there in C3 at all. And C2 obviously will have hydrogen, methane, ethane and propane. There will be no hexane, heptane and octane. So it necessarily means that anything propane and above will be there in outlet stream C2, and hexane, heptane, octane, the higher hydrocarbons, that will be in outlet stream C3. And splitter does that job. That is the job of splitter. That's what it means. So Shankar, that's what it means. I mean, I don't know what else I can explain to you. I mean, here it is just a calculation, that's all. Okay. The splitter does the calculation of C2 and C3 based on whatever the mole fraction or split fraction you assign on them. That's how it is done. Gauri is saying transcripts are not available from lecture 14. Yes, they are not available from 14. They will come in time. I mean, as I have already said, Gauri, they are done by a different team in IIT Madras. So it is not really in my hand. So I can ask them to expedite the thing, but again, you have to wait to a bit. Chirag, how can we design catalytic reactor in Aspen? Chirag, I have already answered that question. Probably were not there. Basically, you have to define the kinetic equation, the reaction kinetics properly. You have to set the value of K naught, E, that is the activation energy, and universal gas constant R. So those are the things that you have to provide, and also the weight of the catalyst, how much of catalyst you want to use for the reaction. So that's how we design the catalytic reactor, and I believe I have already solved the problem on that. Okay, and that problem is, there is a video, I don't exactly remember which video, but there I have discussed about this catalytic reactor. So Gauri, Sasank has already answered your question. We are working on the transcript files. It should be available soon. Rishikesh. Again, Rishikesh is asking how students can do internship regarding the courses taken through NPTEL with respective course instructor. So, well, that's a different thing altogether. You can approach me later. I don't know how internship can be done. That can be discussed in separate domain. Shankar, thank you, sir. Great informative session. Okay, welcome. Shukriti Gupta, sir, we will get questions from case studies in our examination. Well, I can't say no or yes because I really do not remember the questions right now. I have prepared long back. But one thing is sure that you do not have to refer to the software for these questions. Okay, you may have to remember certain things, but not each and every step. Okay, but I really cannot say anything regarding, yes, case studies. Already we have got so many case studies over there. Some questions you can definitely expect, but definitely you do not have to run those case studies online in order to get the answer. That much guarantee I can give you, because the questions have been set in that fashion, because we know that during the exam there will be no option for running the courses, I mean running the software. Okay, so that limitation is there. So Shukriti, that's the best answer I can give it to you. Tushar Balpande is asking, please consider TEMA full form questions in assignment. What is TEMA full form question in assignment? Your question itself is not clear. Selvaraj, hi sir, how can we define gasifier unit and biomass in Aspen? Selvaraj, welcome back. In the last class, you asked me some questions on dextrose and glucose and fructose. I prepared a well-defined problem for you, where you can take some 10% of dextrose and 90% of water, the solution. You can pass it through a heat exchanger, through a tube side, and that you can pass through a heater again. So the problem, okay, let me explain the problem to you so that you can try yourself. So basically, one minute. Okay, so you can take a heat exchanger, one heater, one separator. Okay, and here you can pass the sugar solution, which contains 10% of dextrose, 90% of water, both mole percent. Okay, it can have 32 degrees centigrade temperature, 10 kilopascal pressure, and 500 kilomole per hour of flow rate. It can pass through the tube side. Okay, and there will be a pressure drop across them, 1 kilopascal pressure drop, and there will be a increase in temperature. Basically, it's a preheater kind of thing. An actual heater is here, which will heat the solution to 101 degrees centigrade and 8 kilopascal pressure. That sugar solution can be separated through a flash, and this one is liquid portion, and the vapor will be used to preheat the sugar solution through heat exchanger. So there will be a recycle kind of thing, and so basically this is a steam and like that. So here you can use PRSV package to run the process, and as far as this dextrose is concerned, dextrose, the D-glucose or L-glucose, all of them are available in Aspen Plus. So dextrose is within 7 letters, so no, 8 letters. So if you write dextrose, you will get it. For instance, I will show you. Suppose you go to the properties. Yes, so here, if you write dextrose, it will take. So it's a conventional thing. It is C6H12O6. But for glucose, you have to find it. So suppose you are looking for L-glucose. Then you have to find it in this fashion. So here, okay, it's taking some time for that. Perhaps okay, is hanging somewhere. But I believe all the dextrorotatory and the enantiomers of them, you will get them in Aspen Plus. In fact, I have checked it before, and it's available. So you can just try out. So the way I have defined it, this particular process, so this particular process, so I expect that you can definitely try out this problem, and you will understand how you can solve problems with sugar solution by using this particular size. And one more thing that you wanted to see, what is the critical water at critical point. Okay, so you asked me to get a problem where we can see water at critical point. Now, obviously, you can do it with PT envelope. You can use it PT envelope. Only thing is that you have to convert it in megapascal and Kelvin, because PT envelopes are given in this fashion unless you change your variable to SI unit, to English unit or something, and you will find the critical point at 22.12 megapascal and 647.14 K. Okay, so this is the critical pressure and temperature for water, and from PT envelope you can get this information. So that is how you can work on the critical point of water. Okay. Okay, so yes, Selvaraj again asking how can we define gasifier unit and biomass in Aspen Plus? Biomass is a combination of various uh, uh, items. I mean, biomass you really cannot. It's not like air. If you write air, then mostly it will take a component with around 78% of nitrogen and 21% of oxygen, and rest there will be some percentage of carbon dioxide, NOx and SOx, etc. But biomass cannot be defined in this fashion. So okay, the video is not. Shashank, is there any problem with the video? Anyway, perhaps there is a problem with the video. I hope you will be able to get it. No. Okay, so Selvaraj, if you are able to listen to my voice, then you can understand what I said. So biomass is a combination of various smaller components. So you have to add those components. 1 minute. Hello. अच्छा ठीक है. Okay, so my video has been recovered. Okay, so Selvaraj, as I told you that biomass is a combination of various smaller components that you can add them up and then say that this is biomass. Okay, so that's how you have to define biomass. And gasifier unit, again, you have to define it as a reactor with some kind of um, stoichiometric um, equation where the biomass components um, react with each other or reacts with oxygen or carbon dioxide, etc. So that you have to define gasifier unit as a reactor. Shankar, please record this session and send the link. Obviously, it will be available for later use. Shivangi is asking, sir, I don't understand how I put values of temperature and pressure in given blocks like assignment 7, 6th question is asked that temperature input H. Shivangi, can you write an email, because it's difficult for me to check the assignment 7 on a live session. Okay, I have to hunt out various things. So please send me a separate email so that I can check it. Rishikesh is asking what number of questions will be asked in examination. Is there any negative marking for wrongly answered question, and what is the duration of exam? All this information will be given to you by NPTEL. Sir, what means by range 1.9 to 2.1 when we write answer in assignment? Okay, actually it is to it's a standard practice. I mean, any numerical value, there might be some ambiguity. Like if the answer is 2, then some person might write 1.99, some person might write 2.01 due to the calculation of to do any calculation. Suppose the calculator you find somebody finds 1.99, somebody finds 2.01. So there is a chance that by arriving at the correct value also you may not get marks, because it's a software, right? I mean, the assignments are checked by software. So software, if I say the answer is 2, the software will tell 1.99 is wrong, but actually it is not wrong because somebody has calculated it and the calculator has given 1.99 as an answer. So it's not his mistake or her mistake. So we give a range of answer, okay, from 1.9 to 2.1. Whoever writes the answer within this range, they get full marks. So obviously, if you write 1.89, then definitely, or 2.11, definitely you have done some mistake, and that is the reason you have got your answer so widely different from actual figure. So that's the range within which the truncation error or calculation error may be admitted. So that's the standard practice for answer for numerical type of question. Selvaraj, I think you have got the answers for your queries in the last session and this session as well. Tushar Balpande is asking, what is the way to answer those questions? Which questions? Which questions? Tushar, please be clear. Devatirtha Bonik is asking, hello sir, please tell which type of reactor can be used in Aspen Plus software for the fast heterogeneous reaction, for example, ozonolysis reaction of fatty acid. Two specific questions. Ozonolysis reaction of fatty acid. Actually, really, Aspen, it is not like which type of reactor you can use for that. You can use all the reactors. Like if ozonolysis reaction of a fatty acid, if you use it as a continuous reactor, obviously you will use CSTR. If you put it in plug flow reactor, then you have to use PFR for that. Or it's a batch process, then you have to use batch reaction. So it depends upon what kind of system you are having. So it's not specific to a particular reaction mechanism. Okay. For instance, if you have the stoichiometric ratio of those reactions, then you use R stoic. On the other hand, if you have the reaction kinetics with you, this information is with you, then you can use the other forms. Okay, R gives, you can use. So you have to use based on the parameters or the information you have. So these questions really do not have any direct answer. Okay. Shukriti is asking, sir, please consider TEMA full form question in assignment 9. I wrote Tubular Exchanger Manufacturers Association, but it's wrong because the accepted answer is Tubular Exchanger Manufacturer Association. Okay, so you have given an extra S, right? Why did you give? Actually, that's the wrong answer. I mean, probably you are too casual in answering the question, because for instance, if you write IIT, then you are supposed to write Indian Institute of Technology. You shouldn't write Indian Institutes of Technology, right? Then it will become IITs. So that's what I mean. I really cannot help. I mean, you have to be a bit careful in writing the answers. Then Selvaraj is asking, surely I'll try out, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. Selvaraj, video is paused. Oh, it paused so early. I realized it late. Sir, please consider TEMA full form. I wrote manufacturers. I think I have answered to Shukriti. Yeah, Shukriti. I have answered to Shukriti. The same answer to you, Shankar. You should be a little bit careful while answering the questions. And then Tushar Balpande, range 1, sir. Okay, got it. Great, you have got it. Ratnesh Kumar is asking, sir, in Aspen simulation, there is extent of accuracy, then why we consider the range of any solution? So you have a problem with the range of the solution, right? I mean, this is the fashion how the numerical questions are given. In fact, um, in GATE exam also, we give this kind of range. Questions are set. It's a standard practice whenever we give a question where answer is numerical, we have to give a range. So this is a standard practice, and we cannot deviate from this standard practice for any kind of course, whether it's for Aspen Plus or something else. This is how we do it. So Ratnesh Kumar, even if you have a problem with the range of solution, I can't help because it's the standard practice. Amit Raza is asking, sir, what will be the exam pattern on 24th October? Millions of times I have answered this question. Tushar Balpande, in many books, TEMA full form S is considered, sir. Can you please refer to that book? Then I will update my answer. Please refer to one book where you have got TEMA full form with S. I have considered a book where TEMA full form without S. So you have to challenge. When you challenge, you have to give the proof of that. Then I will definitely give you marks for that. Okay. So already it's 4 o'clock and I don't have any more questions to that. So we can end this session. Rishikesh is saying Google considers S. So sorry, Rishikesh, we don't consider Google as a teacher. There may be various wrong answers floating around Google. I am not saying that you didn't hit the right answer. You may have hit the right answer, but Google cannot be given as a proof. Okay, you have to give some published books somewhere, and then Selvaraj is asking, is there any software available to do corrosion studies? I am not aware of that, Selvaraj. You have to ask other people. Sukriti is asking, sir, but sir, if I confirm it from Google as it is, please do not confirm it from Google. You confirm it from some book. Okay, if any, as I said to others, if you give me a book reference where manufacturers have been given, I will update the question and give you marks. Okay, so that is the final thing that I tell you. Okay, so that's what it is. We end our session over here. Okay, we end our session over here, and we can so I hope you have enjoyed the session, and thank you, and best of luck for your exam, and I hope you have enjoyed the course, and in future also, if you use this software for your studies or for your work, and if my teaching or my videos are helpful for your future work, I'll be most happy. Okay, thank you and goodbye.